Hi guys, welcome to Yogalates with SJ and to this 20-minute abs workout for women. So this is the ultimate abdominal workout, core workout that you can do at home or anywhere at all with no equipment. So we're going to be starting here on your back, just taking your time to arrive here and allowing the soles of the feet to connect, bending the knees, finding a core engagement. So bringing the belly button to spine, closing the ribs, and finding a neutral pelvis. And then we are just starting to keep that connection of core, reaching the arms up overhead as you lengthen the legs long. You can either hover the arms and the legs, or you can have the back of the heels connected and the back of the hands connected. Then we're starting to lift the right leg up as you reach the left arm over towards the leg, then going to the other side. So we're alternating from side to side. As you do this, making sure you've got length through the back of the neck, you've got a bit of space between the chin and the chest, and you've got your core engaged the entire time. So as I said, you can either keep that hovering of the legs and the arms, or you can come all the way down and release and then come back up. You don't need to lift up very high. It's all about keeping that activation of core the whole time, and you are not bringing any tension into the lower back. So just trying to relax through the whole body and keeping that core engaged. Keep this going. Breathing deeply in and fully out. Finding your breath here. You can also bend the knees a little bit or just lift up a very, very small amount as you continue. Awesome. And finding those final ones and then sweeping the arms all the way around, grabbing hold of the front of the knees, and we are circling the knees in one direction, lengthening the tailbone out towards the end of the mat, finding your breath here, breathing deeply in through the nose and out the nose or mouth, then going back the other way. As you continue with this, just relaxing the core, lengthening the tailbone down towards the end of the mat, finding a heavy pelvis, letting the back of the heels relax towards the pelvis, back of the shoulders connecting onto your mat, and just finding your breath. Nice. And then you are hugging both knees in towards the heart center. Any kind of movement through the feet that feels good, the ankles. And just keeping the knees hugged in as you lengthen the tailbone out towards the end of the mat. And then you are reaching the arms up overhead and lengthening the legs long, keeping the heels together, toes slightly turned out. And we are reaching. Hold here, holding, keeping that connection of core and staying with this, hovering. If it feels too much though, please come down and release. We don't want to bring any tension into the low back, but we are holding, and then releasing. Nice. Coming all the way down, and you're grabbing the forearm of the left side and with the right hand, and then you are bringing both of the feet over to that right side and crossing the left ankle over the right. We are just finding a really, really nice lengthening out through the left side body, taking a few deep breaths in and out. And then let's come back through center and going to the other side. Grabbing hold of the right forearm and lifting up and over to the left side and crossing the ankles over on that left side. Finding your breath here, breathing deeply in, fully out, keeping the pelvis relaxed, jaw is relaxed, and then coming back over to the other side. We're going to start to switch from side to side, kind of flowing with this. So keeping that connection of core the whole time as you do this. You're just bringing the feet over to one side and you are pulling the forearm up and over to that side, and then you are coming back through center and switching over. As you continue to do this, I really want you to keep that connection of core, and then we are coming all the way back through center. Nice. Starting to make a cross of the body, so kind of a starfish shape. So legs go out wide, arms go out wide, and then we are just starting to lift the head up and one hand comes up and over and looking over the shoulder, and then coming back through center and switching over to the other side. So the lower body can move slightly, but just trying to also keep that connection of core the whole time. And you are gazing over the shoulder, and then you're coming back to your starfish shape, and then you are lifting up and over to the other side, kind of reaching as far over and out as you can. So we're really finding length through the sideways, through the obliques, at the same time as finding strength there as well. Nice. Coming back through center after you've finished that final one, and then you are hugging both knees in towards the heart center and letting the knees come out wide, and then you are bringing the knees back together, and then you are bringing the knees all the way around, circling them around, bringing them back together through center, and then shifting them down, and then we are coming back around the other way. So we're finding those circles, just opening the hips out here as well, and then coming back through center. Let's stay here and hug the knees in towards the heart, lengthening the tailbone out, and then you are bringing the hands behind the knees, and you are rocking yourself all the way up to seated, reaching the arms out in front, lifting up out of the pelvic floor, and then you are hinging back slightly, opening the arms out, and then closing the arms back in, lifting up and coming back. So we're lifting up, opening the arms out, closing the arms in, and then hinging back and lifting back up. Keeping this going. So as you do this, guys, I just want you to make sure that you are keeping your core engaged. You're only coming back as far as you can keep that connection of core, so you aren't in any way bringing any tension into the lower back. So it can be a very small movement, and then we are staying here, and we are starting to lift one knee up, lowering it down, and then the other, lowering it down, using your core muscles to do this. You can be hinged back, or you can be sitting up tall. So really working at your own pace. Hinging back is going to make it a little bit more challenging, and you're using your core muscles to lift the knee up, lower it back down with control. Shoulders are away from the ears, and you have got your core engaged. You are sitting up nice and tall and having that hinge back, or staying in that position. And let's come all the way back, and we are coming to the right side, so twisting through the waist, little pulses, just tiny little pulses here, and then we are coming back through center, lifting up, coming back, and let's go to the left side, tiny pulses, very, very small pulses, and keeping your core engaged. Don't let it go. We don't want tension to come to that low back, and back through center, lifting up, coming back, and lifting up, reaching the arms up overhead, shoulders away from the ears, and then hinging back, bringing the arms down, and keeping this going. So it's a lift up, reaching the arms up, and then hinging back, keeping your core engaged, and coming back up. Nice. And hinging back. Inhale, coming up, exhale, coming back, keeping that belly button to spine, lifting up tall out of the pelvic floor, so feeling like you are zipping up through that center line, and your shoulders are away from the ears. You've got activation in the arms, but you're not locking out those elbow joints. So really feeling the muscles working in the arms as well as the core here, and reaching up, coming back. Let's stay here and just finding some pulses, tiny pulses, coming to that halfway point, just hinging back slightly, little pulses here, breathing, keep it going. This is powerful, and coming all the way up, reaching the arms, circle sweep all the way around, rolling like a ball. So starting to roll back and roll back up, holding on to the front side of the knees or the shins, and you're coming all the way back, lifting up tall as you come up. So really seeing if you can use your core muscles to do this rather than using momentum. So using your core to draw you back up and keeping that connection of core as you find yourself rolling back again. Nice work. This is so nice for the spine as well. Just a nice release here. This should feel really, really good. and it's also working still into the core, and we are giving the spine lots of love, really important. Cool, let's stay here guys, coming all the way down onto your back, bringing the hands behind the head, bringing your legs into a tabletop position, and then lengthening the legs up towards the ceiling, and you've got your heels together, toes slightly turned out, lifting the head and shoulders up, or you can keep your head and shoulders down, but we're just starting to open the legs out into a split position and then squeezing into the inner thighs to draw the legs back together again. Keeping this going. So as you bring the legs out, just imagining that you are pressing against some resistance through the outer thighs, and then as you draw the legs back together, really squeezing into those inner thighs to draw the legs back in. Staying lifted here with the head and shoulders linked through the back of the neck, or if it feels too much and you're bringing tension to the neck at all, just let the head and shoulders go and letting the head come down. Everyone coming back down now, and we are taking a break. We're going to find a little bicycle here, so lifting the head and shoulders up, hands come behind the head, and you are drawing one knee in as the opposite elbow comes towards that knee and the other leg goes long. Keeping this going guys, and again, please bring your head and shoulders down if you're finding too much tension coming to the neck or to the low back. And we are moving slowly so that we can really focus here on getting into this in a way that really is meaningful, that we are keeping the mind to those muscles, the core muscles, and we are really coming into the body here. Nice, and we are coming back through center when you're ready. Keeping the head and shoulders lifted, and you are lengthening the legs out, and then you are bringing the feet out wide, and then you are bringing the feet back together, drawing the knees back into your tabletop. Keeping this going, and again, you can bring your head and shoulders down if you want to, or you can just take a break, just working at your own pace, and your legs don't have to go out too far. You might even find you just hold here with the knees in that tabletop position. Nice, and let's come all the way down, letting the head and shoulders go, letting the knees come out wide, feet relax towards the end of your mat, the back of the heels relaxing. Any movement here that feels awesome. Just taking some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out the nose or mouth. This is a super challenging workout, you guys. You're doing so well. And it really is super beneficial. We're getting into the core in such a powerful way, and actually the whole body, but mostly really that focus is on all the ab muscles. So important. Now let's move into the glutes a little bit. So you're starting to come to a bridge position, so lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, and you're starting to lift the heels. So all we're doing here is just staying high, and you're lifting the heels up and then lowering the heels down, but just keeping the pelvis lifted. Nice, keeping length through the back of the neck as you do this, and trying to keep that lift of the pelvis the whole time. Now when you bring the heels down, you can also lift the toes if you want to, and then come back up onto the balls of the feet and kind of just rocking through the foot. So we're kind of finding an articulation of the foot here as well. And looking after those feet. This is challenging, trying to keep that lift. If it's too much to lift the heels, feel free to just stay in a lift and not moving through the feet. Nice. Let's just bring one leg in and lengthening the leg up and opening it out to the side, and then back through center, and then bending through the knee and placing the foot back down. So we're keeping the lift of the pelvis with this. You're staying high in your bridge, and you are just lengthening one leg up, opening it out to the side, and then you are drawing it back through center, and then bending the knee in and lowering the foot down. Make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath, guys. If it feels too much at any time, please lower the pelvis, and you can continue with this with the pelvis lowered. But if not, just staying really strong here, challenging you to really find a little bit more than what you would normally do. It's so worth it. We're working into every single part of the low body here, drawing it up and opening it out and bending through the knee, lowering the foot down with control. See if you can really control this. You are in control. here. And let's go. Let's stay here, guys, bringing the foot down, and I just want you to find little pulses, tiny pulses up and down, keeping that lift of the pelvis, really lifting up high onto the back of the shoulders, tiny pulses here. And now let's lift the heels, keeping it going, lifting the heels and keep those pulses going, getting into the calf muscles, the hamstrings, keep it going. And then you are lowering the heels, lifting the toes, keep it going, pulsing up and down, staying high, staying strong, breathing. Nice, keeping those toes lifted, few more here, and then lowering the toes back down and lowering the pelvis all the way down, rolling down, vertebra by vertebra. Nice. And taking a moment here. We're going to come all the way back up again though, and you are lifting the heels up, and you are going to just lift the pelvis up and then come down to just hover the pelvis just above the mat, and then lift back up again. So we're kind of working into just a half range here, keeping the heels lifted and staying nice and high as you lift up, but then lowering the pelvis down just to hover above the mat. Nice work. And then coming all the way down. Well done, you guys. Reaching the legs long, reaching the arms up overhead, and then we're rolling all the way up. So we're keeping the back of the heels connected and rolling all the way up, reaching the arms up overhead, bringing the legs out wide, flexing the toes back towards the face, sitting up nice and tall out of those sit bones, reaching the arms out wide, and you are twisting to one side, back through center, twist, twist to the other side, back through center. Keeping this going, we're alternating from side to side. I want you to keep your core engaged, and we are only working from that belly button. So really, really keeping everything else still here, and you are twist, twist to one side, back through center, twist, twist to the other, back through center. Amazing, you guys. We're coming all the way back through to a boat. So you can either have the knees bent here, or you can have the legs straight. We're lowering it down and lifting back up. So we're bringing the whole back down and the legs lower down, and then you are reaching the arms up towards the feet as you sit back up. So please here, you can have those knees bent as much as you like, guys, or you can challenge yourself and have the legs long. Just really important we don't bring any tension into the low back, and we're really just keeping that core engagement. Nice. Coming back up, and you are bringing the feet out wide, toes flex back towards the face. You're twisting around to the left side and gazing over the left shoulder, and finding a beautiful twist here. Let's go to the other side when you're ready. So we're starting to gaze over the right shoulder as you start to twist through the waist and finding the breath here, breathing deeply in, fully out. Coming back through center and staying here. We're just starting to bring the legs in together and flexing the toes back towards your face. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale as you start to fold forward, letting the head come towards the knees. And just finding some deep breaths here. In through the nose, out the nose. Nice. Inhale, coming all the way up, reaching. Exhale as you roll all the way down and sweep the arms all the way around. Inhale, we're coming all the way up and reach towards the feet. And inhale, coming up, lengthening the arms. Exhale, rolling all the way back and reaching the arms up overhead. And circle sweep the arms, belly button to spine as you start to roll all the way up. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, and then starting to roll all the way back again and reaching those arms up. And circle sweep the arms. Inhale, coming all the way up, keeping the belly button to spine and reaching the arms, and circle the arms all the way around and rolling back down with control. Beautiful, you guys. And then starting to just let the arms come down by your sides. And if it's in your practice, just finding either a shoulder stand or coming to your plow. Bringing the legs to come all the way up and over, keeping length through the back of the neck, and then drawing the knees in towards the chest and lowering the feet back down, and then knees come back in and we come up and over again to your plow, and keeping your core engaged, starting to slowly roll the spine all the way down, bending through the knees when you come to the bottom, and then bringing the soles of the feet down to the mat, drawing the knees back and using your core, and you are lifting up and over, finding the feet coming up overhead, and then starting to roll the spine all the way back down, keeping that core engagement. And then you are letting the feet find the mat and coming all the way to your belly. So we're coming all the way up and over to your belly. And just before we finish off, we're just going to really get into the back body a little bit more. And so just starting to bring the hands next to the shoulders and letting the tops of the feet connect onto your mat. Inhale as you start to lift the forehead up off the mat, using your core to lift you up, keeping length through the back of the neck, and then lowering the forehead back down onto the mat. So as you do this, I really want you to not press into the mat with your hands. It's about using your core to lift you up. So it's a very small lift, and then lowering back down. So pressing the pubic bone down into the mat, and really using the activation of the core muscles to lift you up. Inhale, exhale, slowly lowering back down with control. Now you are interlacing your fingers behind your back, and you are lifting the head to one side, and then you are beating the back of the opposite heel to the glute, and then you are lifting the forehead up through center as you lower the foot back down, and bringing the head to the opposite side, and the opposite heel beats towards the glute. So it's just a 3 tap, and lifting back through center, lifting the forehead up, activating through those core muscles, and then lowering back down and coming to the other side. Nice. Keeping this going, making sure that you are really finding length through the back of the neck, so you are just gazing straight down at the mat or slightly forward, so you're not lifting the chin up. Beautiful. And then bringing the hands to come next to the shoulders, and then you are reaching the arms down by your sides, palms facing down, and reaching the fingertips back, lifting the forehead up off the mat, the heart center comes up, and you're just making little pulses up and down through the back of the arm. So we're really working into the back of the arm muscles. It's just tiny little pulses up and down. Finishing strong, you guys. Few more here. And you are completely done. Bringing everything down. Have a great day.